As you can imagine, I continue to collect Star Wars items throughout the months, and I've not yet had a chance to highlight a few of these items in separate videos, apart from seeing them show up in our daily vlogs. If you see something on that desk which has not been highlighted already in a video, I'd be happy to showcase it for you if it doesn't show up in this haul. We're going to start with the new PetCo Star Wars toys. They've been doing the Star Wars stuff for quite a while, but when we walked into the store the other day, we found they had a whole bunch of new characters and new shapes and sizes. This is a Darth Vader ball of sorts. Let's see if I can get it to stand up. I can't. I'll get it to lay down. Then they have a wider Darth Vader toy. It's got a different sounding squeaker in there. That's my favorite squeaker out of the 4 that I picked up. And this one is very tall. I'm very grateful that our dogs do not really play with toys. These are 4 new Darth Vader dog toys, which I think could double as kid toys, but what do I know? They're Darth Vader, they're Star Wars. I am happy. They're probably going to go somewhere on the floor here in my workshop. May the fluoride be with you. It's a glowing toothbrush that'll step you through the process of brushing your teeth. It has a suction cup on the bottom, so you can stand it on your bathroom counter, and it should stand straight up, of course, until you go to brush your teeth. It'll let you know how long you have to go to get a full brushing of the mouth. It's made by Firefly. It is also likely designed for kids. Quite all right. I don't plan on using it. I just planned on collecting it. If only because there's a Darth Vader right there. And look, it says, try me. And so I was trying it right there. Green, yellow, red. The slice is strong with this one. It's a Darth Vader lightsaber hilt themed pizza cutter. And on the back, you can see there are directions for assembling it. Not that you need instructions for how to use it. If you don't know how to slice pizza, I'm going to guess that you probably don't understand why this is awesome. Because it's themed like Darth Vader's lightsaber hilt. That's cool. I didn't know this existed until I walked into the store and saw it. Come to the dark side and drink dark roast coffee with Darth Vader in this gigantic mug. I love it, if only because I love coffee. I need to have my morning coffee. I don't care what kind of mug it's in, but I really like it when it's in a Darth Vader-themed mug, though I don't really plan on using this one in particular. This is brand new. At least it's new to me. I appreciate the comic book-esque design that it's got going on, and it is very, very, very large. Not insanely deep, but certainly you could drink a lot of coffee or anything else out of this mug. As much as I never really got into the Star Wars-themed Angry Birds game, I've always loved exploding candy. So, of course, I got this little packet, which will remain unopened because there's a Darth Vader pig! While I would not consider myself a full-on pin collector, I do have Darth Vader pins in my collection. This one says, Humbug! Merry Sithmas! And you know it's official because of the Mickey Mouse pin backs. That's how you know you're getting the real deal at this point in time. It's a thing! People collect pins, like that's all they collect, especially Disney pins. And now that Star Wars is a part of the Disney universe, well, I guess that kind of makes me a Disney pins collector too. Newsflash, I don't take baths anymore, so I do not have the opportunity to use shapeable bath foam. Quite alright. This came as a part of a set for kids with this Darth Vader themed mirror, and this part here was designed to hang this faux razor. Our daughter Jedi has finally outgrown her first pair of Darth Vader themed pants. I can't bring myself to get rid of it. This will go somewhere in the workshop. I'm not sure who sent this next piece to me, but I'm very, very grateful. It is a Darth Vader egg force. So this egg transforms into Darth Vader. You can see the design on the back illustrating exactly what happens. It's so amazing! I can't read the label, but that's okay. I don't need to know what it says to know that this is awesome. I'm likely going to be keeping this in the packaging because I only have one, and as much as I'd really like to play with it, it's probably going to hold its value over time because you just don't see many of these things here in the USA, at least at this point in time. It's made by BandAids, who is doing a lot of amazing Star Wars stuff lately, and I'm kind of a fan of things that transform, but believe it or not, I never actually owned any Transformers outright. Summer is here, and with it, you're going to need something on the bottom of your feet to keep them protected when you hit the beach, although you shouldn't really hit the beach. What has the beach ever done to you? I got this set, if only because Darth Vader is on one of the flip-flops. The Stormtrooper is a nice bonus, though I do not plan on wearing them. They're not my size anyway, they're a large kid size. And I'm kind of like a large kid myself. Am I done yet? No! There's more! Every so often, I find a great deal on Star Wars figures. This is the Jedi Force Imperial Forces pack. I picked this up at 50% off. I'm not yet sure if I want to remove the figures from the package because I really like the box art and the design. They're showcased very, very well and obviously will remain dust-free if they stay in the package. We have a Scout Trooper, a Snow Trooper, a TIE Fighter pilot, a Sand Trooper, a Storm Trooper, and a Shadow Trooper. I really, really like the idea of this particular set, if only because I didn't have this one, this one, this one, this one, or this one, but I have plenty of these ones. Why do I like things that glow? Because science! I got this specifically for Jedi, if only because when I was a child, certainly older than how old Jedi is today, I'd seen these things in museums and thought it would be awesome to actually own one. They're so readily available now, and that wasn't always the case. They are, generally speaking, quite safe. Everything is self-contained, great for in-room display with memorable movie images featuring Force lightning. And if you do not have a little bit of Force lightning in your life, you are not living. It's awesome to connect with other Star Wars collectors who live elsewhere in the galaxy who can get things that we can't get here. These caps would still likely work on top of bottles, but I don't plan on using them again. They're just here for my collection, and hopefully you can see them just fine. There's Darth Vader's bust, and more of a full-on Darth Vader figure on top of the plastic caps. They don't look like they're separate pieces. They actually look like they're a part of the cap, but I don't plan on finding out. To my knowledge, there are currently 3 Darth Vader-themed Vinylmation figures, and I do have all 3, though I did remove each one of them from the box. So I'm going back and getting the same Vinylmation figures in box in relatively good condition, if not close to excellent or mint. This is the Goofy Darth Vader. There's also 2 Mickey Mouse themed Darth Vaders, and they are different designs. Much like pins, apparently collectors fall for these things too. Since you asked, here's one Mickey Mouse and the other. I think I accidentally lost one of the lightsabers. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, that's why I've got to go back and get these same characters mint in box. What I'm about to show you expired 10 years ago. The Star Wars Pop-Tarts Frosted Lava Berry Explosion. This is an unopened box. I had been looking for it for quite some time and finally found it. The limited edition Star Wars Fruit Snacks, also with Darth Vader on the box. This is also unopened. On the other side, we have C-3PO and R2-D2. I think you're getting an idea as to why I'm sticking with Darth Vader as a focus character, because otherwise I would run out of space. What I'm about to show you now has not yet expired. They're new Star Wars themed fruit snacks with Darth Vader on one side and R2-D2 on the other. Currently available in stores. It's kind of dangerous to have these around in my workshop now because as soon as my wife Diana sees them, she wants to rip open the boxes and eat whatever's inside, even if it is 10 years old. I'm keeping her at bay and keeping these in my collection at the same time. Diana can get really hungry, and so I never know if she's going to attack me over my Star Wars snacks. So, in case we get into a fight and I get scuffed up, I can patch myself up with BandAids! Star Wars themed BandAids with R2-D2 on one side and Darth Vader on the other. They also have other characters on other boxes. I'm just kidding, by the way. Diana usually attacks with a Force choke. I can't patch that up with a Band-Aid. Hashtag Force Friday Countdown! This exclusive desk calendar was sent to me by the fine folks at Hasbro, and each day highlights a different toy made by either Hasbro or Kenner, like this one. It was a part of my vintage collection, which used to be complete and is no longer complete, which is kind of sad. Each day celebrates a different part of the Star Wars universe, which often coincides with real things that happened, like birthdays and release days, and I should be careful. I don't want to jump too far ahead. I don't want to issue any spoilers, even though I pretty much know about everything in this calendar. I think I'm getting a blister, or I already have one. This is a blister pack, which has a tiny Darth Vader figure inside He's so cute. I can't believe I just described a Darth Vader figure as cute, but he's tiny, and he fits inside this egg, and he's a part of a collection. And is this really an egg? It's a plastic container. It's a blister pack. I'm sorry. It's the Gotcha Galaxy Mini Blister Collection. But he's still so cute. I just want to pinch his helmet, but I won't. Like many of you, I'm a fan of the Rebels cartoon series, so I picked up a pack of 6 trading cards. I plan on opening it and looking at which cards I've received, but I don't know if I plan on collecting the entire set. I'm not someone who minds a bootleg item in my collection, especially if they're very well done and very affordable. In fact, I really think that some of these bootleg items are better done than some of the licensed items that I've picked up over the years. You can tell they're bootlegs because the boxes don't really have any licensing information on them, and let me go ahead and show you the actual figures that were inside. There's one, a very chubby Darth Vader. The head twists back and forth, and you can see he's got a tiny lightsaber there. I wouldn't say the paint application is perfect, but the overall design and sculpt of this Darth Vader makes it a wonderful addition to the collection. And here's the second one. I really like this one as well. Comes with a stand, doesn't really articulate all that much. The arms move up and down. I think the head swivels back and forth. Yeah, a tiny bit, but I don't want to push it too far. So either way, if it's a Darth Vader and it looks good and it's affordable, it'll go into my collection eventually. This mask was sent to me as a part of a Father's Day package from the EMP Museum. I appreciate it, if only because I think that's the only place you can get it. And if you didn't know, EMP often has traveling exhibits which frequently feature Star Wars memorabilia. What about the Darth Vader toaster, you say? I reviewed it last year. Done! At least for this week. What about all the Darth Vader 001 variant covers in my collection? Well, that'll be a subject for another video. And yes, at some point in the future, as soon as I have one more thing, I'll share with you my entire AT-AT driver collection. I mean, in depth. Thanks for following!